Hi all, welcome back to my channel. I have a horrible story to share with you out of Vero Beach, Florida, where one deputy is dead and two others were shot while helping a woman evict her troublesome son from her home on Governor's Way. In the morning hours on November 21st, the deputies responded to the home to evict the woman's son, Michael Halberstam, and when they entered the home, Halberstam began firing upon them, unaliving Deputy Terry Mashkow. A second officer was shot in the shoulder, and a third deputy is in critical condition. Police say the suspect was also hit by return fire, and he's also been hospitalized in critical condition. I'll be praying for the deputies who've been hospitalized and the loved ones of Deputy Mashkow, who served on the force for 25 years.
Tragedy today for the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. A deputy gunned down during an eviction. A second deputy and a locksmith also shot. That gunman hit by return fire.
We're also getting our very first look at a deputy who lost her life, 47-year-old Terry Sweeting Mashkow, who was a 25-year veteran. And this all happened in a gated community right along A1A.
And Local 10's Roy Ramos is live in Vero Beach with the very latest.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Deputy Mashkow started with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office 25 years ago, and she started working as a dispatcher. For the next 20 years, she'd go on working patrol, but it's in 2023 that she was moved to legal processing, and that is what she was doing here today. She was serving an eviction notice, as you mentioned, right here inside of this community. And this eviction notice, the sheriff called today, really a standard call, something that these deputies do on a daily basis. Unfortunately, in this case, things turned very violent when the person they were trying to remove from that home began shooting at those deputies, hitting two of them and taking the life of Mashkow.
An awful day. 6 days before Thanksgiving.
Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flowers and his deputies heartbroken after learning 25-year veteran Deputy Terry Mashkow was killed in the line of duty Friday.
Deputy Terry Sweeting Mashkow, 47 years old, 25 years and 16 days of service with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, made the ultimate sacrifice.
Sheriff Flowers said three of his deputies responded to a home inside the Bermuda Club Somerset Bay community in Vero Beach to serve an eviction notice to 37-year-old Michael Halberstam. The eviction came after his mother went through the legal steps to move him out, but it's when deputies arrived with a locksmith, things turned violent. Deputy Florentino Arispe shot in the shoulder before retreating into the home's garage. A locksmith hit, now in critical condition. A sergeant who wasn't injured returned fire, hitting the suspect, but it was Terry Mashkow also hit, who sadly lost her life.
Having to call her mom today, having to let her husband know, absolutely the worst part of being a law enforcement leader.
It is the Indian River Sheriff's Office, Mashkow's family, and her brothers and sisters in blue now feeling the pain of this loss.
Our team will feel this forever. Terry was an amazing deputy.
And as we come back out loud of that community, you can see deputies right there. We also saw agents with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement investigating, as they do with any deputy-involved shooting. As for the suspect, he does remain in the hospital now in critical condition.
What an awful day. 6 days before Thanksgiving. This morning, our civil unit went out to 1137 Governor's Way in Bermuda Club, Somerset Bay, to serve an eviction. A resident of the home was evicting her son, a guy by the name of Michael Halberstam, born in '88. Our deputies and a locksmith were on scene in an effort to evict him. Court process, court paperwork. Move him out of that house. While they were in the entryway, having just made entry into the home, Mr. Halberstam retrieved a weapon and he began indiscriminately firing at our deputies on scene. We had 3 deputies there. Deputy Tino Arisby has been with us for 25 years. He was shot in the shoulder. He retreated into the garage. I spoke with him down at Lawnwood. He's recovering, but he's hurt. Deputy Terry Sweeting Mashkow, 47 years old, 25 years and 16 days of service with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, made the ultimate sacrifice today and was killed in the line of duty inside of that residence. Their sergeant was also on scene. He was not injured. He did fire. Deputy Arisby fired. As we continue through the investigation, we'll know if Deputy Terry Sweeting Mashkow ever fired her weapon or not. The locksmith that was on scene is currently in surgery in critical condition. The bad guy is currently in surgery in critical condition. Our team has been meeting with family members of all these folks to notify them of this awful tragedy. This is the second line of duty death in this 100th years. This year is 100 years. We're wearing this badge this year for 100 years of the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. Today I have the unfortunate task of telling you that we have the second line of duty death. Terry started her career. She's 47 years old. 25 years ago, she started as a dispatcher. She worked in patrol for 20 years, and in 2023, she was moved to our legal process civil unit. Our bad guy has a 2006 narcotics charge and a 2015 misdemeanor assault charge, both out of Virginia. We've had 7 calls to this residence all this month. Nothing before that. Almost all of them from the mother calling about him and her decision to ultimately evict him. Our real-time crime center has been working on finding more information about this suspect. They've identified some strange posts on social media. They've identified that he was fired from UPS, that he made some terrible comments about them, and that he had been posting some negative items about the Indian River County Sheriff's Office on his Facebook page. This is not someone that was on our radar. This is not somebody that we were actively engaged with. This was a standard call for service. This is the everyday call, the eviction, the regular duties that our deputies bravely do every day in and out. And today, Deputy Terry Sweeting Mashkow, 25 years of service, 47 years old, gave her life for this community. With that, I'll take your questions.
Did any of the deputies fire their weapons at this individual? Or?
Yes, I can say that the sergeant that was on scene, Deputy Tino Arisby, both fired. Until we conduct our full investigation, I will not be able to tell you whether or not Deputy Terry Sweeting Mashkow fired her weapon or not.
Did the gunman have a legal right to own a handgun, or as a convicted felon he should not have had a gun?
Through our initial investigation, again, we are very early on in this investigation, we see nothing that would preclude him from having a weapon at this time. Yes, ma'am.
What is the suspect's name and can you spell it?
Sure. The suspect's name in this case is Michael, common spelling, Halberstam, Halberstam, born in 88. Again, he is in surgery in critical condition at the moment.
Can you give the female deputy's name this time?
Sure. Terry, Terri, Mashkow, Mashkow.
And what about the locksmith? Are you releasing the locksmith?
We are not releasing his name. We have been in contact with his family, but we are not currently releasing his name.
Why was the mother trying to evict her son?
I don't have those details yet.
The other deputies' names? Can you spell those?
Tino, Tino. It's actually Florentino Arisby, Arizpe.
And the other deputy?
Sergeant Farless was on scene. He's the civil sergeant. He was there on scene.
First name for sergeant?
Sergeant Gary Farless was on scene.
Were they all taken to Longwood?
Yes, they were taken to Longwood, yes.
Sheriff, how often do your deputies encounter confrontation or violence when just doing this process?
You know, they encounter people who are in distress. That's not unusual. An eviction is a very tense moment. Many times it's handled before they ever get there, and it becomes a commonplace call. But on occasion, they do encounter somebody who is in distress, and they have resources, and they work through those things. This is not a situation where a person would ever be expected to start shooting indiscriminately at these deputies. And just a terrible scene out there. Our team is going to be on scene for quite some time. It is it's the entire house is our crime scene. And of course, as you can imagine, our entire team has been activated. Our STAR team, our peer support team, we have local mental health resources helping our team. I want to thank you to all the sheriffs that's reached out to me, all the law enforcement leaders, Lieutenant Governor. I've heard from pretty much everybody today, and I want to thank them all for their concern, for reaching out to us. Our team, our Honor Guard team, will be transporting Terry. And obviously, as we have more information on this case, we will come back before you. We will put out as much as we can. I see you will. Yes, sir.
The accused shooter, I guess, did he shoot himself as well?
We're still very early in the investigation, so I can't say. I can't tell you that our deputies did fire at him, and he has been struck multiple times. And I would assume that it's our deputies that have made those shots, but I can't say for sure. We'll have to. The investigation will do that.
And the mom was at the home at the time?
Mom was outside, so part of our standard eviction process would be to have anybody else that's involved go outside of the residence. So she was outside when it all occurred.
And so nobody else was in the house?
Nobody else except for the shooter was inside of the residence.
What is your overall reaction to this tragedy, Sheriff?
I'm absolutely heartbroken. I've worked my entire career with Terry, and as have pretty much everybody else at the agency. You know, we don't have a lot of people who have been there beyond that time. 25 years is a long time. Having to call her mom today, having to let her husband know, absolutely the worst part of being a law enforcement leader. I can tell you that our team will feel this forever. Terry was an amazing deputy. She had a beautiful heart, and she will be missed. Thank you guys. We'll be back in touch when we have more information. Thank you.